but in a complete antithesis to one leader's absence at President Muhammadu Buhari's funeral. One leader who appeared deeply moved by the demise of former President Muhammadu Buhari was Katsina State Governor Dikko, Radda, who couldn't hold back tears as he wept at the deceased's graveside. The emotional moment struck a chord with many Nigerians, capturing the weight of the loss of Buhari on home soil. In his tribute, Governor Radda described Buhari as Katsina's most illustrious son, praising a legacy that, in his words, rose above politics. He also hailed the late president as a leader who remained firmly committed to the struggles of ordinary Nigerians throughout his decades of public service. Where one person loves you, one person might be absent at your funeral. That is the irony of life. Let's take a look at social media. Olisa Azinge had this to say. He says, Katsina State government must have been under immense stress and pressure to handle the burial of arguably the greatest figure from the state-stroke nation, to handle the influx of dignitaries descending on his state with dignity and still have a human moment. The governor has earned my respect. Revolt Architect says, we've seen this theater before. Ben Ayade, the former Calabar governor, once wept on live TV, tears flowing like poetry, while his people drank promises and ghost projects drained the budget. Now Dikko Radda sobs at Buhari's grave, as if elite tears can wash away years of, Let's move on. And finally, Roland says, his cry will not change anything about the 1 million out-of-school kids in Katsina State. I have to say that empathy should always be active. We saw Governor Radda not just crying, but he made sure that the burial were up to standards and that the family and the corpse were treated with utmost respect. Team, what do we make of this?
The governor of Katsina State crying. To me, that man has known Buhari or has been close to Buhari for so many years and has depended on him for a whole lot of things. So apart from him being governor and all his duties as a governor in a situation like this, he felt that he has lost somebody. That's what I think. He felt that he had lost somebody. It's not easy for a man to cry. Somebody told me, I asked somebody the other day, if you slap a man and he cries, is it the slap or the insult of it that made him cry?
When last did you cry at a man?
I can't remember. I really can't remember. That just shows that even though he's governor, a politician and so on, he's also a human being that believes that he's lost a friend.
Absolutely, and I will take it from there. The governor is, first of all, a human being that has feelings, blood flowing through his veins. Because he's a governor does not mean he does not have feelings. And so he felt he has lost a father figure in the former president, Muhammadu Buhari. Of course, he would have been close to him, visit him, and seen him. I believe he was part of those who perhaps saw him off while he was traveling to the UK for treatment, because there were his kinsmen in front of his house before he left for the UK, talking about the former president now. And so he felt he was perhaps looking forward to receiving him back into the country, only for him to have been told that the former president had passed. It's a sad one, and anyone would feel bad if he had that close relationship with the former president.
Absolutely.
Moving on to the governor that cried, you know, I say it, I love when men bring out their emotions, because oftentimes we make it feel like these men, they should not cry, but men have strong emotions, and I love it when a man is vulnerable and bring out all the emotions. Of course, you can see that he was very close to the former president, and losing him is a very big blow to him. So I love it that he brought his emotions out, but honestly, may the soul of the late president rest in peace.
I hope when you said you love seeing men vulnerable, you don't mean that we should be crying all the time.
No, but I mean, when you have to cry,
just like
please
to see
cry.
the soft side of us, I understand. Just a subtle jibe at you, though. But the fact that Governor Dikko Radda cried, some of us, we see or saw President Muhammadu Buhari as the president of Nigeria, from whom we expected so much. And some, they see him or saw him as a father figure to the people of Katsina, Daura, etc. So we will grieve differently, we will relate differently. Some do not even have this affinity, they don't even have this connection. That's why they decide to mourn, quote unquote, the way they chose to. So at the end of the day, we are all humans and we grieve differently. So may God rest the souls of the departed and respite those of us that are alive.
Thank you.